Everybody. Welcome to the Aurora Esports Pokemon Draft League Season 3. I'm here with War. We're going to be your casters for the draft. We got 15 teams this season. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm excited. Uh, we have the first pick already. I'll be drafting for Muffin Lumps, who's not here. Otherwise, everyone's drafting for themselves. Um, yeah, Warrior, anything you want to say?
Yeah, I'm really excited to get started. I mean, I loved last season as somebody who knew nothing about Pokemon and somebody who went into the draft saying, "I'm just going to draft the coolest Pokemon who look the coolest." And I think I got some pretty cool Pokemon, and I'm really excited for some people here to get their cool Pokemon too.
All right. Yeah. Without further ado, first pick is in. Muffin Lumps will be taking Dragapult.
Yeah, and very solid pick. You saw Dragapult come up. I think definitely in the first round with Riddle Dog's pick last season. A very strong Pokemon that you can have.
Yeah, this is the second season in a row that it's been the number one pick. So
Oh yeah, I
no
wasn't I wasn't
surprise.
sure if it was number one. I didn't want to comment that like 100%, but yeah, it was. Yeah.
Oh,
And
apparently Muffin is here. So I'm no longer drafting for Muffin.
oh my gosh, nice, you're free.
Okay, well he
Congratulations.
still wants Dragapult, so I got the pick correct.
Oh, Nadia, you did your job, and that's what matters. I'm proud of you.
Yep.
And now, Nadia, I want some of your opinions as a Pokemon admin. Talk to me a little bit about this trading, the exchange of picks that's been happening so far. Are you into the trading meta? Do you think you like should trade picks to try and like optimize where you're getting certain people to try and stack a couple in a row, get a really good team, or I think as Flambo was saying in feedback channel, like fight for those like super high picks or like first picks, I guess.
Yeah, I mean so far the two trades have been people trading up to try and get a better first round pick. So we had Rusty Goomba and Fancy's team traded up to improve their first round pick, as well as uh, Whalefish trading up to try and get a better first round pick as well. So I think both those teams have like a very experienced player who kind of realized that they wanted to do a build around of a Pokemon that wouldn't be there if they had a later first round pick. So
Yeah, and I think that's a very smart read. Like ensuring that you're able to get your guy and you don't have to plan like 3 to 4 different drafts, maybe even up to like 5 to 6 different drafts. Very valuable. It's more so, I think, and I kind of said this, if you want to like build yourself a one Pokemon and then just like build everything around them, or if you want to have like a couple like strong core Pokemon that you can like bounce off each other, but maybe there's like a couple more options that you can go for. Like, of the same typing, has the same ability sets, like, kind of does the same thing. So you build around like 2 to 3 rather than just one. Either can work though.
yeah, so next we got Dane on the clock, who is a rookie, but they have the lowest budget of any rookie we've had. They're a much more experienced player than most of the new players for the league. So we'll see what he goes with.
Yeah, we will definitely see. And speaking of experience, I guess good time to talk about budget. I am somebody who has a really like large budget. You're somebody who has a very small budget. What do you think the differences in like drafting strategy between me and you are? I guess.
I think the big thing is since I have such a low budget, most of the Pokemon that I'm gonna want to draft are gonna be available to me because I won't be competing for the same ones as most other people in the draft.
Okay.
So, for example, I can't even really look at the Pokemon that are 16 points and above because I just can't afford them. So, so all my Pokemon are just gonna cost less than everyone else. So I have a more set in stone draft plan, whereas the everyone with higher budgets will have they'll have to compete more with other players for Pokemon, but they also have much better Pokemon available to them. So they're gonna have to be more flexible on the fly during the draft than I will be. But at the same time, um, they'll be able to pick up much better mons if they can successfully do that.
Yeah, and I sort of.
All right. So
Oh,
Dane's pick is in. Second pick, we have Mega Tyranitar going off the board. So that's basically signifying, hey, I'm doing a team that's all about sand. It's just going to be sand. He wants his Mega right off the bat. That sets the sand for him. Um, Pretty much telling everyone else, don't compete with me for these sand mons because I'm going to be the one who gets them. He's probably going to go for Dracovish or Excadrill, like pretty
Garganackle.
common ones.
Wait, is Garganackle one? Maybe.
It's not bad in sand. It gets the
Oh,
defense boost
oh,
from
nice.
having, or the special defense boost from being in sand. So,
I'm
Whalefish,
pulling Pokemon out of my hat.
Whalefish is on the clock. He traded up for this pick, and he is actually grabbing Landorus Therian. Uh, that's a 17-point mon, so that's over a quarter of his budget. But it's also a very well-known Pokemon. Um, Basically, it's really versatile. It hits really, really hard. And yeah, and then we have the Walla Walla Komala, which is Rustigoomba and Fancy, and they're going to take,
Who also traded up for their pick.
yes, who also traded up for this pick. We're going to
Yep.
take Great Tusk. Again, that's 30% of their budget in one Pokemon. But Great Tusk is the best hazard control you could have on a team. It can set hazards, it can get rid of hazards, and it hits incredibly hard while also having really, really good bulk on the physical side. And it's also got an excellent typing for an offensive Pokemon. So it's, yeah, really, really good pick. You cannot go wrong with having a Great Tusk on your team. It is one of the most used Pokemon in competitive play.
For sure.
And so
Yeah, and now we got
back to
Topaz on the board, and I
back to
believe his
people
pick's
who
in.
didn't trade away their pick. We have Topaz taking Iron Valiant, dropping to fifth. I think that's the furthest Iron Valiant has ever dropped in one of our drafts. Um, Maybe the most versatile offensive mon. You can build it um, special or physical. Um, it's really fast. You can have an excellent like coverage with its move set. So it's all around very versatile and scary mon. That's a very aggressive Pokemon to take. And it's just a really good Pokemon to have. Like you can't go wrong with it. You're always gonna find a use for it in the team.
I definitely benefited from Iron Pokemon. Very, very similar from that. And I was on Invictus' team last season who had the Iron Valiant King Gambit. So very excellent starting Pokemon and definitely has some good history in the league as well. Do you know how I changed the title on Twitch, by the way? I
I
forgot.
do not.
Oh, dang it.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, cool. We are still in a
So
draft. We're still doing a draft, you know?
yeah, it's just wrong game, but that's fine. Next we have Shoreline Pie, who I believe is getting help from Paracelsus. So Shoreline Pie, new to Pokemon entirely, I believe, and they're getting draft help essentially, not battling help, but just help, prepping their team probably before the battles start, helping them get a good set for all their mons, kind of how to go about each battle, what they're supposed to do.
And that's one of the things I like about the, I guess, inclusion of the ability to have a duo. Because obviously, some teams don't have a duo. Me and you, obviously, or we have duos. You have Charvatron, I have Pokemon Guy, aka Toon Creator. And I feel like, I don't know, just the ability to, like, have a partner in crime in a sense, somebody who can work with you for not just the draft prep, but also for, like, the battles. Let's say I can't make it a day. He can fill in some of the gaps. Or for me and Pokemon Guy, for example, a lot of our draft prep was, hey, like I want to do this. You know Pokemon better than me. What Pokemon do I put in here to get this exact effect? You know, and that's one of the reasons why I think the addition of duos is for the better, at least for season 3 of Pokemon.
Yeah, we have Para apparently looking at the wrong sheet or something. So they're, I
Don't
guess,
worry,
not ready with their
just turn
first
into the
pick.
stream. Trust.
Yeah,
We're giving so much
we've got all
insightful
the
content.
picks.
We'll tell you exactly who to go for. One of me and TC's picks have already been off the board though, so we might have to start like lying about like what's a good pick to like avoid,
I
you
guess
know?
it doesn't hurt. Which Pokemon did you guys want that is no longer there?
Landorus Therian. I was like, dude, because here's the thing. I looked last season, I'm like, yo, Zafton got Landorus Therian in the third round? That's crazy. That's a value
Yeah.
pick, right? Wait, can people draft using GIFs? Nuttier.
As long as he puts his draft pick in the chat sometime soon. We're 15 minutes in and we have five picks.
What? I mean, that's like I don't know, almost as fast as the last one, surely, right?
I
Surely.
mean, last draft I think we got through in under an hour and we had 20 people drafting. So
Real. I'm communicating to my
okay,
teammate right
here we
now.
go.
Oh, nice.
Okay, Para has tried to draft Great Tusk. Unfortunately, that's not legal.
Nah.
Try again, buddy. If only. Okay, Qian Pao. Thank you. That was harder than it should have been, but Qian Pao off the board. All three 19-point Pokemon are gone.
Yeah, and Chen Pao going off the board, I think sixth overall pick. I think that's a good place
Oh,
for them. They did go off the board, I think, in the 10th pick last time, and you can do a lot with Chen Pao. Toon Creator was talking to me like, yo, there's so many options that you can play this guy with. If we have the opportunity, we're getting him, but we didn't plan around
yep.
him because we knew we
No, he's
wouldn't.
he's a good mon.
Yeah.
And Skycer immediately taking the special foil to Qian Pao and Chi Yu, the other offensive Pokemon of Ruin. Chi Yu famously can do the most damage of any Pokemon. Just clicking Specs Overheat in Sun is enough to blow up a Blissey with maximum bulk. So there's just no way to live a Chi Yu if you set it up properly. Next we've got Nash Browns, who is going to go with Garchomp. Interesting pick. I like the pick. It's a really good versatile mon that you can use as a sweeper, as a pivot, as a defensive mon, as a rock setter. It can even use its special attack with like Ice Beam and Draco Meteor to hit certain threats. It's just an all-around good Pokemon, and there's a reason it costs 17 points, despite it being, it's no longer what it used to be in the competitive scene, but in draft format, it's still an absolute menace.
Oh, agreed. And I'm not gonna lie, I did communicate a bit with Nash Browns. I'm not gonna leak any of his strategies, but I think he's cooking. I think he's cooking this time. Last time I think he might have overcooked a bit, but this time I think the cooks are on point. So I'm very excited to see, what opportunities he can get with this Garchomp pick. And he makes sure to clarify that it's Garchomp, not
Yep,
Garchomp
and not
Mega.
Mega Chomp.
Yep, never Mega. What's wrong with the Mega one? I don't know.
It's slower. It loses 10 speed,
Wait.
which, in combination with the fact that it has to hold the Mega Stone, which means it can't hold an item,
Mhm.
means
Okay.
it's just slightly not worth it.
Mhm.
To have a Mega Garchomp over a Garchomp in most situations. However, in draft format, it's still an absolute menace. Like if you have Mega Garchomp on your team, you're fine. Um, but the fact that it takes up your Mega slot as well can be looks like okay. So Sonic Ronic has taken his pick. He's taken the other Landorus.
This is the incarnate one.
This is the incarnate version.
Oh my gosh.
So both Landorus is off the board. Landorus incarnate is a special attacker, not a physical attacker, and it gets sheer force, which is really good with what it's able to do. And Cone is gonna go right away with Mega Mawile.
Me and TC are in shambles,
Yep, and
unfortunately.
that's right before you were picking, so
Yep.
you're on the board war.
I know I'm on the board. We're gonna have like 10 minutes of like panic DMs right now. Trying to figure out what to do, what the move is.
Apparently, a Sonic was having trouble taking his pick due to the fact that all four of the Pokemon that he thought he was going to get were taken. So he didn't know exactly what to do, so it looks like he pivoted quickly to Landorus Incarnate, which is, I'm not gonna lie, is probably the best pick he could have taken. I think if you're gonna build around a team based on what was left, Landorus is the best one to draft first.
If only I could build around a team based off what was left. Oh, whoopsie. Man,
I
we
will
had
say
such a
there's
good
a couple
plan.
Pokemon that I'm a little surprised that they're still on the board.
Which
The,
ones?
the first one being Tapu Koko.
Oh,
More so for the
that's
fact
very
that
interesting.
more so for the fact that it's a clear build around. So if someone's going to take it, you take it first round. You build your entire team off of it. So it can
Okay.
it tends to go early. Uh,
No leaks. We had three drafts planned. One was around Mega Mawile, one was around Landorus Therian, and the other one was a Tapu Koko. If and we're like surely
hmm.
we'll never need the Tapu Koko one, right?
So
But
I'm looking in
I
the
think
the
we need the
draft list.
Tapu
It seems
Koko
like your
one.
team has taken Tapu Koko. So
Yes, that makes sense. Okay,
I
cool.
guess I willed it into existence.
Wait, hang on. What he didn't send? Okay, my teammate didn't send the GIF, and I'm really sad about that. So I need to
I believe
get that for him.
I want to say Skycer was potentially wanting that, or no, I think Flambo Jambo wanted it. Unfortunate, he will not be able to get it.
Okay, Flambo,
That
I
leaves
would like to apologize on behalf of my team, the administration, the the group of people that we're running. I'm sorry. We betrayed you.
that means me and Chardbertron are up, and we are also going to spend 50 or 30% of our budget on Annihilate.
Great pick. Excellent pick.
Um, and then right away after, no time to explain, Kartana goes to Ret Cactus and Pneumonia, which is um, again a huge chunk out of their budget. They have only 60 budget along with Rusty Gooba and Whalefish, so it's over a quarter of their budget.
I can't imagine losing all my budget to that, me personally.
So that brings up Flambeau and Zafton. So let's see what they pivot to.
Yeah, and we're almost around the bend here with these picks, which is very, very exciting in my opinion. In my opinion.
So it looks like Flambeau's team is just gonna go ahead and pick up uh Electric Terrain Mons anyway, despite Coco being taken. So they're taking Iron Moth,
Interesting. Wait,
which
is
is,
that a problem to us? I don't know.
I mean, it's probably a Pokemon you guys would have liked to have.
Oh,
I'll say that much. It's probably the best Pokemon that you can pair with Tapu Koko. However, it doesn't need Tapu Koko to operate. It can just have a booster energy as its item
it can
or a
operate
choice specs
alone?
decent.
Oh my god, that's crazy. What's so cool about this Iron
So
Moth guy?
that brings us to the last pick of the first round with Riddle Dog, who's going to get two picks and then bring it back around to Flambeau and Zafton. So I wonder what Riddle's going to cook up. Knowing that you're going to be able to take two Mons back to back gives you a lot of agency. I think having the last pick is actually a very good spot to
Yeah.
be. First and last pick, I think, are big advantages in this draft, just because you can get two Mons back to back that you can pair with each other and not have to worry about someone else taking them after you take one of them.
And I think that's why he's definitely going to take a bit longer for this pick because you obviously can't plan that much 14 picks ahead of you. But once you know what's still on the board, then it's like, oh, you can start piecing things together, and that's exactly what Riddle's doing right now with the next pick. I don't want to spoil it on stream, but I already did. I don't care.
Okay, looks like the next pick is in Mega Gallade and then Terapagos.
Wait. Oh, that guy looks like Gardevoir. That's crazy.
So Terapagos was banned last season due to being a new Pokemon, and we were not exactly sure how to balance it, so we just took it out to be safe. It's
Hmm.
back, and it's the first pick of the second round. 12-point Pokemon, possibly going early, but it's very versatile. It can spin for you, and it's got great stats all around and a really good ability. And then Mega Gallade is just kind of a menace. Really good physical attacker. Kind of breaks through walls. So yeah, I think Riddle is probably happy that it's got Mega Gallade plus Terapagos. They cover for each other pretty well. Mega Gallade able to punch through the rock and steel types that Terapagos can't hit super effectively. Um, so Flambo Jambo and Zapton back up. They're gonna take Palafin. I love that pick. I think this is the one of the better mons still available on the board at that spot. Um, able to hit really hard if you can take advantage of its gimmick. And Cactus and Log Host are going to go with Gouging Fire. So they have spent more than half their budget after two picks.
I respect that, you know? I
They're,
respect the
they're
grind.
down to 29. So that brings up my team. And people are probably going to groan when they realize what I'm doing. I'm going to take Rabombi. Rabombi is a sticky web setter. It's the fastest one you can do, I think. It's got decent use outside of that, but its main thing is it sets sticky webs up. And when you've got Annihilate, which can prevent rapid spinning, and if you defog on it, you get hit with a Defiant boost. It's an excellent Pokemon to pair with Annihilate. Um, so that brings up, I think this next pick is traded.
Is that us?
No, no, it's you
Oh.
still. It's you. Yeah, yeah.
No, we
So
do.
it's
We
traded.
have a traded pick. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you have a traded pick here
Surely we still aren't
from
deciding.
Rusty Goomba and Fancy.
Surely me and my teammate aren't having mass panic at this very moment, wondering.
Really, you guys have a plan, right?
Surely we haven't had to go into the like deep pulls and figure out who to get, you know?
I will say, I think it's a little strange this season compared to last season. The highest cost mons are off the board a little earlier. People jumped around to slightly lower cost mons for their first round picks last season, but this round, I think people are just going right at them.
Yeah, and I think
Uh,
that's
I think,
better in my opinion.
yeah, I think knowing that there's less people and overall the average budget is slightly lower, if you have a high budget, you should just go straight for them, right? Like, go get those guys you want. All right, the next two picks are in back to back. So War
Yup.
would appear your team has grabbed Cinderace.
Yup. We're cooking something. I
Um,
don't know what we're cooking, but we're cooking something.
and oh my gosh, Koneko has grabbed Torkoal, indicating Sun.
Son, what the heck?
So the electric terrain team grabbed the fire type, and then Koneko grabs Torkoal. Um, interesting play here. I didn't see Torkoal coming unless uh, I mean if you knew that he would want to go Sun, then yeah, Sun makes Torkoal makes perfect sense. But Mega Mawile as your first pick doesn't really indicate that you're going Sun, so little out of left field there. But you can kind of make Mega Mawile work with anything, so it should work. And that brings up, I believe, Sonic Ronic again, or is this pick traded? Nope, this pick is not traded. Masquerada by Sonic. So It's very similar to Cinderace in that
Yeah.
it's Protean slash Libero Pokemon, so it's
Yep.
gonna change to what you need. It's just a fast physical attacker that has good pivot moves. Very similar Pokemons, that just different typing, but ultimately they do very, very similar things. Um, so that should bring up Ash Browns again, who needs to pair something with his Garchomp, which is, if I'm going to be honest, a really good spot to be in because Garchomp can go in pretty much any team. You don't really need anything, so I could see a lot of things going off the board here. I could see Mega Scizor going. Maybe he could grab a big Mega here. A lot of good things that he could grab with this pick. And he does go for a Mega. He's going to grab Mega Diancie.
Ooh, that's a good pick. I was actually looking at Mega Diancie for a while. Very,
I
very
like
chill
that because
guy. Oh, go
Garchomp
on.
really is good at covering for the Steel weakness that Mega Diancie has, and Mega Diancie can cover for Garchomp's Ice and Dragon weakness. So they work well with each other. I like the core that he's got going there. Um, so this next pick is a traded pick. This is Skycer's pick, traded from Whalefish. And they're going to grab Urshifu Rapid Strike, not Single Strike. So the less expensive of the two mons, the Water type, to pair with Few. So he's got water and fire coverage already in his first two with two excellent mons. I like Skycer's start. I think if you're Skycer, you're in a really good spot already. You only need
I,
one grass type. You
that
still
just,
have a Mega available.
yeah, that looks really scary. I won't lie. His
Um,
team, it looks so scary.
yeah. Any like uh so he's got two wall breakers, right? So you can afford with your next picks to go a little faster and grab fast pivot mons, maybe some hazard play comes in. Okay, it looks like Para slash Shoreline Pie are going to grab um, Slowking Galar, notably good pivot mon, followed by Topaz taking Goldango, and the picks are flying in. Rusty Goomba and Fancy are picking next with a traded pick. Dondozo. Oh boy, this is looking like my team that I had for my out of league draft where I took Great Tusk, Palafin, and Dondozo as a early core, and it's very hard to break Great Tusk plus Dondozo. Dondozo is very hard to knock out. So Rusty's got a very bulky team already. That brings up a Whalefish, another traded pick. He's gonna go with Scizor, not Mega Scizor, just normal Scizor. Landorus, I guess that's pretty good. Landorus can cover the fire weakness that Scizor has. So a nice little pairing there on types early. This is gonna bring up Dane. Um, yeah, this is Dane's pick. It's traded, and it is Excadrill. Pair with Mega Tyranitar, and I said, hey, he'll probably pick up a Excadrill or a Dracovish. Round two, he goes Excadrill. No surprise there.
And has a
Um,
chance to also go Dracovic if he wants.
yeah, he can still pick up Dracovish. Excadrill is on almost every single um, sand team because of its ability to not only be a good sand sweeper, but also a rapid spinner that um, can set rocks well as well. So on to Muffin, end of the second round, going into the third round, back-to-back picks. Clefable followed by Zapdos. Whoops. Clef. Zap. So back-to-back two 15-point mons. Muffin is using all of his budget.
And Muffin is drafting now, correct?
Yes, Muffin
Okay,
is
cool.
drafting. So he knows what he's doing. He sent me his draft plans. I knew he wanted this. I was pretty sure he would get these as well. Um, yeah, there is one mon that I'm surprised I thought he would have taken it with these, but looks like he's going for Clefable Dragapult Zapdos core looks like actually a really good core. You have really good defensive Pokemon in Clefable and Zapdos, and in Dragapult to kind of, Dragapult can do anything offensive you need it to. So, back to Dane, who's going to grab Thunderous Therian. So a 13-point mon, more expensive than his first two picks. Not at all a sand Pokemon. But something different regardless. So he's got the start of a sand core, but it looks like he's pivoting a little bit to not doing a full sand team, and he's going to go for a more balanced look overall. Next is Skyser, finally picking in his spot, and he's going to grab Ting Lu. So another dark type, two
Oh,
dark types early.
that looks so scary. His team, Skycer's team. I feel like it's all the Pokemon that just appear in my nightmares, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
so he went with a hazard setter to try and put the pressure on them as he's got two wall breakers already. So um, War, I believe you guys are up next with the
Yep.
traded pick. Yeah, and you guys are going. Oh my gosh, Pelipper. So you guys have this is a crazy team. You guys have Tabu Koko for electric terrain, a Pelipper for a rain team, I'm assuming, and then a fire type Pokemon.
You see, we gotta keep them guessing, okay?
This you are cooking. You are
No,
cooking.
we gotta keep them guessing sometimes. Like, I feel like the ops come in and they're like, "Hey, War, what are you doing?" And War's like, "Oh, I'm doing something a bit silly." And then I do stuff even sillier than I expect. All I gotta say.
Oh, so next pick is in. Topaz is taking Glamora, and that is a dirty combination with Goldango. That's pretty similar to what I did season one, where I used Goldango as the best way to make sure your hazards stay up, and Glamora is kind of the king at setting hazards. It can set Stealth Rocks, Spikes, and Toxic Spikes, so really annoying. It's going to be really annoying to deal with Goldango plus Glamora. Shoreline Pie is up next, and they're going to take
Is it
Iron Treads.
Treads? Yeah. I was trying to figure out which one that was.
Treads it's essentially a Great Tusk.
Okay, which what they wanted at the start.
Yeah, it's a little faster, but it hits a little less hard, and it's slightly different typing in ground steel instead of ground fighting. Um, but otherwise, it does a very very similar thing. It's gonna set rocks. It's gonna get rid of rocks, and it's gonna hit decently hard and take some hits. That is Whalefish up next, who's taking Rotom Wash. So Whalefish is down to almost a quarter of his budget already. Um, Drafting another pretty expensive mod. So 17, 13, 13. He's down to 17 points left, and he still has to pick 5 Pokemon. So the average cost of his remaining Pokemon is under 4.
Wait, that's
So
crazy. Wait, I can.
if he goes with two 1-pointers, he can pick up three 5-pointers.
Switching over to the other sheet just so people can see how many points people have left for a second, and what
Yep.
mons are left. Very important.
So Nash Browns is going with Tapu Fini. I like that. He's got two Pokemon that do like to be physical attackers, so making sure that they can't get burned is decently important. Tapu Fini, also just good defensive Pokemon. I really like Nash's core right now. He's got Double Fairy as well, with Garchomp being an excellent way to deal with poison and steel type Pokemon, just because ground type handles those so well.
Yeah,
Pairing ground types with fairy types is a really good way to build a team.
and still's a lot of budget left to keep getting those like high value picks. This is kind of like what
Mm-hmm.
both me and him talked about. Like we have the budget to draft high players. Why not draft high players? You know?
We got Sonic up next, who is taking Quackleval. My goat has returned.
Was he
I
not
was
there
sad
last
that no
season?
one no one drafted Quackleval
Oh
last season. No
no,
one picked it up as a free agent.
Quackable.
Season one, I had him. I picked him up as a free agent before week one. I decided I didn't want my Salamence and
Hmm.
dropped it for a Quackleval. And I think the Quackleval ended up with the third most KOs despite missing week one.
Oh my gosh.
It's a very good mon that can snowball really hard, and it has the added bonus of being a rapid spinner. So we have Cone going with the best mon to take in draft if you're going Sun, and that's Walking Wake. Gives you water and fire for your Sun team, which normally Sun teams can't get really a good access to water, but Walking Wake is the one Pokemon that skirts around that requirement. Where your team is up next, I believe.
Yes, and I
You
think our
have so
picks
you have
in.
two
Yeah.
third round picks,
Yeah. No, dude,
right?
we cooked. We got the trades.
Oh
We did
yeah,
the
oh you
trades,
guys.
bro. We did the trades.
So you guys have
We came in with
Mega
business, business,
Swampert.
business.
So you're pairing with the Pelipper already. You got the Mega Pert.
Yeah,
So that's
can you explain what we're doing? I don't know what's happening.
so Pelipper sets rain. Mega Swampert has an ability that makes its speed double in rain. It's really hard to live a hit from a Mega Swampert while rain is boosting its damage, and it's
Okay.
also really hard to outrun it because it gets double speed. So
Okay.
if you can set rain with Pelipper and then pivot into a Mega Swampert, it's really hard to beat that. So that brings up my team. And we are going to go with Tinkaton. Let me type this. So Tinkaton is it serves one purpose in having fairy steel typing, which is kind of the best in the game, but it also can it sets rocks up and has a pretty solid move pool just to do various things, but its big thing is that it has a unique move with 140 base power. That the drawback is it
Ooh.
can't do it twice in a row and it has a low attack stat to use it. So that brings up uh, Red Cactus and Log Host, who are going to take Heldio, a 12-point mon. So they are in the same boat as Whalefish. They also have 17 points remaining. So somehow I do not have the lowest budget 3 rounds in. I'm sitting pretty here.
You and Trevortron, to be fair.
Yes, we're swimming in cash right now.
Me
As they say.
and me and TC are swimming in cash despite already
You
using
guys,
4 of our picks.
yep. You guys have almost as many points remaining as I started with. So
Real? Oh my gosh. Now I know how it feels like to be you.
oh War.
Huh.
Flambo Jambo has said hello to you in the draft pick chat.
Oh, hi
Because he's
Flambo. I
taken an
miss
Ogerpon
you.
form.
What?
He's
What did you
going with
say?
Ogerpon Cornerstone.
Oh my gosh, yo Flambo. Oh my god. Okay, okay, hang on. Can I talk about this Pokemon real quick? This
Yeah, go ahead.
Ogerpon girl, she goes in there and she dips Elo. Like they have her at like 16 or 15 points or something like that, right? But then she goes in there and 14 points actually. But then she goes in there and she just diffs. And it seems like it's like the opponent's issue, but no, it's just that you don't have an Ogerpon issue. All I gotta
Yeah,
say.
I think Cornerstone it's a unique one. It covers a niche that physical rock types struggle with, which is having a 100% accurate move above 70 base power, because it gets a unique move in Ivy Cudgel that changes it to rock since it's rock form. So having access to that is basically no other team gets to do that, and it's also just got phenomenal stats. So good pick.
Interesting.
This
Okay.
brings us to the end of the third round. Little Dog gets 2 picks back to back. The first one is King Gambit.
And another great pick, a pick that I think went in the third round, or actually second round last season, late second round though, but a pick that can do many a things.
It
Wish I had
also
better
covers
analysis.
the one problem his team had, which was ghost types, because currently his team gets completely floored by them. But King Gambit, being a dark type, um, yeah, covers that issue. So
Nadir, I have a
solid pick
question.
there. Yes, sir.
Do you have to draft? Can you draft 8 Pokemon instead of 9?
Yes, you can draft 8 or 9.
Thank you. Cool. Okay.
That rule is there just so that if you have a couple extra points remaining at the end of the draft, you can pick up a ninth Pokemon, and not have to worry about oh, I had these were the Pokemon I wanted, but I have some points extra.
My
You can
my my
grab.
teammate is cooking. My teammate is cooking. I'll say that much. I'm doing nothing, by the way. I'm just here. They told me to sit here, look pretty. That's what I'm doing. And Pokemon guy, Toon Creator, is doing a lot of work.
So, is this fourth round is where Rusty Goomba gets his pick back? You guys don't
Yes,
pick again until the fifth round,
we do not pick again till the 5th round. That is
so you
correct.
have
Yes.
you have this round off.
Yep. And we're just using this round to like refine our strategy a bit, with our next 4 to 5 picks, seeing exactly who we can get, and if those picks get stolen from us, what are some like backup options, you know? Because sometimes your picks get stolen by some very mean people who took the Mega Mall. Wow, Koneko, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, Koneko.
I would I'd consider looking in the banned section. There's some pretty good Pokemon there,
Oh,
and if you
for
can
real?
take those by the commissioner and just say these are
Oh.
15-point mons,
Gotcha, gotcha.
those
TC
could be
was
really
actually
good.
talking about going Kagura for a while, and I was like, huh?
Yeah, Kyogre could be good. You can put
On our team? Yeah,
the
right?
yeah, you can put
Surely.
the blue orb on it. Have primal Kyogre could
Yep.
be pretty strong.
hmm And also, so many Arceuses? Arceuses? Is that right?
Yeah, Arceus. There's a bunch of
Arceus.
it's one Pokemon, but it can hold different items that change its type.
So, if Arceus was in here, would you let teams get multiple Arceuses or no?
Unfortunately, no. You can't even bring them into battle.
Uh.
The game would actually stop you from doing so. So
Man. You know what
wouldn't
else the
even
game
be
would stop you
permitted
from
to.
doing? 4 Ogre Pawns, because the game is Ogre Pawnophobic.
Yep, I
Yep.
think that's how I'd put it.
Yep. Yup. Oh, wait, I have a question. So could you bring in, like, example, my goat, Tentacruel. Could you bring in a Tentacruel and a Tentacool? Could you bring in,
Yes,
like,
you could.
oh, nice. That's sick.
You can take two Pokemon from the same evolutionary line.
Oh, that's
You
so
cannot take
cool.
two Pokemon if they share the same spot in the Pokédex. So you can take a Vulpix and a Ninetales on the same team. You cannot take an Alolan Ninetales and a regular Ninetales on the same team.
I see, okay. I don't see it, but, like, imagine, like, I'm understanding, okay? Imagine, like, it's working in my brain. Um,
All right, Rhythm Dog is typing. Oh, he's trying to figure out his next pick still. So, okay, 3 rounds in.
yep. What
What do
teams
I
are,
like so far? What do
yeah,
you like?
what do I like? Let me just look at the teams and go off vibes before you guess and see if I have the right thing. I am scared of most. Skycer's, dude, Skycer's team is so scary. I'm scared of Skycer's team. I'm scared of Sonic's team looks very scary. And I'm scared of Shoreline Pie's team. But also they have the best Pokemon, so I'm really biased.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's easy to be scared of Shoreline Pie team when you have 120 budget.
Yeah, true.
Personally, I think Topaz might have the best core so far.
Okay.
Having Goldango plus Gamora is really scary when you have something to punish people really hard for taking a lot of chip damage in Iron Valiant.
hmm
So pairing those together can be really scary. And we have the next pick in. Riddle Dog, never to be without an evolution. He's gonna grab Vaporeon.
Oh my gosh, I've gotten some of those in Pokemon TCGP EC or whatever. They're
Uh
very
huh.
fun. They're very vibey. The cards look so
It,
cool.
it got a new Vaporeon in. Always has to have either an Espeon or a Vaporeon on his team.
That's crazy.
Um,
Who would ever be
Vaporeon
like that?
known to the league simply as
Oh
Cat.
my gosh, dude, Flambo's team's the best team. Oh, chat. I think Flambo's
Yep,
team is
Flambo's
the
pick
best
is
team.
in. Flambo and Zafton are going Mega Gardevoir. Um, so, War, you guys, I know you already have your Mega, but
I love that, dude.
Mega
Flambo's living my
Gardevoir is off
dream.
the table.
Toon Crater said to me, Toon Crater said to me, if you get Gardevoir War, you're throwing. They're the worst Pokemon. And I'm like, huh? And they're like, Gardevoir jail. So then we couldn't draft Gardevoir.
So next pick, Red Cactus and Lagos. To the avail of many people in chat are taking Gligar, not Gliscor, and I don't think people realize that. I think if they grabbed Gliscor, which I believe is 14 points, They would have three
You're
points
correct.
remaining and would have to forfeit the draft as they would not have a legal roster. So Gligar for 6 points. Uh, it does a very different thing than Gliscor does, despite being its pre-evolution, but it's essentially a master of uh hazard control. That puts our team up, and last season I had the mega version of this.
Do the mega version of this, but this one is Gyarados.
Gyarados.
Epic pick, great
Um,
pick.
sorry, the sheet was not working there for a second.
No worries.
It doesn't recognize that I'm typing stuff. Oh, oh well. As long as I can spell things right, I think it's fine. Anyway, that brings up Rusty, Goomba, and Fancy. They will get their third pick here. Mega Glalie. So, for those watching at home, Mega Glalie is, I believe, a 3-point Pokemon. So that's the
Interesting.
new lowest cost Mon taken so far, giving them 29 points for the rest of their team. So making sure that they're not strapped for cash
Was
as
it
they move
Mega
into
Glalie
the second half of the
used
draft.
last season too? Or am I or in
Yes,
the
I believe
yes.
Logan drafted them.
Yeah, that guy was
Koneko,
scary. Sorry.
Sui, and Lilligant pair with the Walking Wake and the Torkoal. So he's got Firewater Grass Core for his Sun team. Hisui and Lilligant, really good Pokemon to have in Sun. It gets Chlorophyll, so it increases its speed by a factor of 2, along with the unique move in Victory Dance, which turns it into a sweeper. Very scary if you can get it set up correctly. And that brings up, I believe, Sonic again. Yes, Sonic. Yeah, we don't have a traded pick until a little later.
Yes. What I kind of forgot what
So
the
what's
trades
Sonic?
were.
I could see a fire type going off the board here. I could also see a Mega going. He doesn't have a Mega yet. He could get a fire type and have a fire, water, grass core. He could grab a Mega. There's still some expensive Megas on the board
I feel like he hasn't
that
really
are very
determined a
good.
route yet, also with the Miasquarada, which can like change a lot. And I was looking at Quaxaval. I'm not really sure what that one does, but I was researching him potentially for our team.
So he's gonna grab Skeletor, so he does go with the fire type, and interestingly enough, he has the 3 Gen 9 starters on his team. Masquerada, Quackleval, and Skeledirge, all on the same team.
Interesting.
I did want Skeledirge this season, but I ultimately decided going Annihilate as my ghost type. But Skeledirge, excellent Pokemon to use. It's unaware, makes it very hard to take out if used correctly. And now he's got a Firewater Grass Core, 51 points remaining, can still take a Mega. And that brings up Skycer. No, it brings up Nash, and then Skycer. That Skycer's pick is a traded pick. So Ditto Daycare Disaster in Nash Browns is on the board. And what is Nash going to go with? He's got a very flexible core here. I can see a Steel type, or maybe a Flying. Yeah, and he's going to go with a Steel and Flying type. He's going to grab Corviknight. I
Solid
love
pick.
Core. I love this pick. That's an excellent pick. It covers for so many things. It gets rid of the ground weakness that Mega Diancie has. It's a defogger. It pairs really well with what this team wants to do. Um, yeah, like that pick. And then next is Geyser with a traded pick from Whalefish, grabbing Isui and Gudra. 10 points. Another very bulky Mon to pair with Tinglu. Um, followed by Shoreline Pie picking up a Mega. Mega Charizard X. So I don't think anybody has ever taken Mega Charizard X in this league before. I think it's
Interesting.
gone undrafted,
Why not,
but
would
it's
you
very
say?
good. It's just people look at Y and they're like, oh, I want this one, but Zard X does very different things. It becomes a dragon type for one, and it hits a lot harder. Then we have Topaz going with Sandy Shocks, followed by Rusty Goomba and Fancy picking up for a traded pick. They're going to go with what I have dubbed the Throngler,
Whom?
which is Diplin, the 3-point menace. If you are not careful, you will lose to Diplin, and it will it
Oh,
will
you were telling me
it will
about
Throngler
that.
you.
That's the mini
It
Hydra
will
apple,
Throngler you.
right?
Yep, it evolves into Hydrapple, and it
Good
will Throngler
dipping.
you if you are not careful. Then we have Whalefish on the clock, who is going to go with Mega Manectric. So he's got double electric types already on the team. Um, a lightning rod on Mega Manectric and an electric immunity in Landorus Therian. So do not try to hit Whalefish with electric type moves. It will not go well. Then we have Dane. I'm going to go with Aloma Mola. So the Thunderous Therian now making a lot of sense. You have that Volt Absorb ability, I believe, that it gets to pair with Aloma Mola to fend off its electric type weakness. So it pairs with it nicely.
And we're almost done with the fourth round, and these
Yep.
teams are sorting out now after the trades happened. It's looking teams are looking pretty even now. And I think no more trading from here on out, I think.
Yeah, I think that was all the trades. So we should just be able to go pretty quickly through the rest of these. The draft tends to speed up a little as it goes further in. We're not making bad time. We're still above schedule for what we had season one. Season one was a lot slower. So this brings up Muffin, and he's going to go with Togekiss. I like that pick a lot.
And he gets the back-to-back pick after this as well, so has a lot of options to go with here. Hopefully Dane doesn't send his pick before Muffin does. I think he's probably just pre-typing it. He probably knows.
He's ready to fire it off.
Ooh, Sneasler.
Needler. That's the one I expected Muffin to take earlier, but it was on the board still, so he gets it in the fifth round.
Good read by Muffin.
Um, Dane is up next. He's going to grab Sinistcha. There's a grass type to pair with a Lomomola to cover for that.
Yeah.
Like that pick.
Sneasler, I think, was actually a first-round pick last season. Fun
It
fact.
was
I
I don't
think.
think it was first round, but it was early. I think it was on Kaneko's team.
I think it was
So
first for them. It might have been traded or something, but I think it was the first. Starting a team off with the Sneasler.
oh, Sneasler,
Sne
yes, not Sinistcha.
oh. What are those two different?
Yes.
Oh.
Sneasler is a Weavile variant.
Oh.
Sinistcha is a Poltergeist variant.
Sinis. Oh, I see.
So this brings up Skycer again. He's going a lot of speed and Regieleki.
Good pick,
So
good
yeah,
pick.
he's got the speed to pair with his wall breakers and his hazard control. Um, good pick. Water types um, that were previously solid into this team and hitting Chiyu and Tinglu are now a little more scared to switch in if they predict wrong and allow Regieleki to get a free attack off. And War, that brings up your team, who
Yup.
I wanted to do this core, Mega Swamp and Flipguard Caledon. It was one of my potential drafts that I was thinking of, but it was a little too expensive for my budget.
Ah. Dude, and I gotta say, credit to Nash Browns. He DM'd me and he's like, you know one other good Pokemon that goes really well with this team? And I'm like, no, I don't. I don't know anything about Pokemon. He's like, Archelidon. And I'm like, oh wait, that's crazy. And I DM TC and I'm like, yo, TC, Does a Kelly go good? And he's like, oh my god, he does. And now we got. Is this building? Is this him? Is this the
Yeah, that
building?
is building.
Oh my god, I got building! I love building.
Yeah, last season our Chelidon went to Sonic instead of Nash. Nash had the rain team and did not pick up our Chelidon, and then Sonic grabbed it just as kind of a value mon instead.
Yeah. I don't know why it goes good, but I'm very excited to find out.
It has a special move that is powered up when you're in the rain.
Ooh. Hopefully we're in the rain a lot. Hopefully.
I would expect you would be with Pelipper, so
Surely I wasn't DMing TC. Take Pelipper, take Pelipper, take Pelipper. Yeah, and now on to Topaz's pick going up next. And you said you were very high on this team here.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like this team a lot. Um, I would expect this team to take something probably a little bulkier. And they're gonna go Salamence, so yeah, that's an Intimidator. It can have bulk if you need it to, while still having offensive capability. This is looking like a very high tempo team. This is about as hyper aggressive as you can get with a team. So Topaz definitely laying into a hyper offense core here. Um, he's got Fairy Steel Dragon, which is a common core, in Valiant, Goldengo, and Salamence. So team's looking pretty strong. Next we have Paracelsus and Shoreline Pie. And they're going to take Tornadus. Therian. 16 points.
And they still have all the budget in the world.
They still have a lot of budget, yes.
Yup.
It's just a strong pivot. You slap heavy duty boots on this, so it doesn't take damage from stealth rocks, and it can come in defog, take a hit, and then switch out and regain its HP. So it's a very good tempo mon that keeps up or keeps rocks off your side of the field. Whalefish is going to go Tentacruel
Ah,
after his
yes.
namesake.
Living up to the name. And I gotta say,
So
we have not had enough Tentacruel love in chat lately. I respect
Whalefish
that.
has 5 points left for his last 3 picks.
I mean, he
I
is
guess
the champion last season.
my guess is he goes for a 3-pointer and 2 1s.
Oh gosh. There are a lot of 1-point Pokemon. We're
Yeah,
looking at,
most
we're
Pokemon are one
investigating.
point. Most Pokemon are 1 point. It also turns out that most Pokemon are pretty bad when compared to the best that you can be.
When compared to Kyogre.
The 1 point Pokemon sometimes makes the sheet crash. So that brings up Nash Browns again, who I'm loving this core. It's a very balanced core. It's looking like a very good team. It's such a flexible core too. He can kind of go with anything here, and it'll work. He can throw something in and be like, "Yeah, this is gonna do work for me." Um, oh, Sonic and Nash have swapped picks because this is the 68th and then 69th pick. So Sonic is going to go with Nihilego, and Nash Browns is grabbing Hydreigon. So Hydreigon quad weak to Fairy, kind of covered by the Corviknight pick that he took earlier, and Sonic grabbing Nihilego. Um, Landorus can cover for the ground weakness nicely. That brings up Koneko, who's going to grab Dusclops. Did not expect that as a pick, but 4-point Dusclops. Dusclops very good. I love this Pokemon. Four
What does
points.
it do special for a 4-point guy?
It's incredibly hard to knock out. It's super bulky. That brings up Rusty Goomba and Fancy, who are going to take Registeel. I think Registeel for 8 points if you can pilot it well, it's a very basic Pokemon, but like you can get a lot of value out of this thing. I think you can make it work. You can make it worth a lot more than 8 points as well.
And Rusty and Fancy, definitely the two to make it work. I believe they both like made it very far last season in the playoffs. Is that
Um,
true?
Rusty, I think, made it to the top 8. I think Fancy didn't make the
Oh,
top
no
16.
way. What the heck? I
That
drafted
brings up my
him.
team,
Ooh, who are you getting?
and I'm gonna take it. I need to get my Mega.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Mega Absol.
What is a Mega Absol?
Uh,
It does
Dark
magic
type
bounce.
Pokemon. It's got Magic Bounce, yes, which is a nice bonus, but essentially it's hits really hard, is very fast, and has a stab Sucker Punch, which is really nice.
Ooh,
So
very nice, very
this
nice.
thing is it's gonna come in, and when it comes in, most of the time it's going to pick up on KO. Um, the weakness to fighting and fairy is going to be covered really well by Tinkaton, who can come in on both those types and threaten them really well. So I'm hoping to pair it with that as a way to go. And I'm glad I took that because another Mega comes off the board right then. I wanted to make sure I got my Mega before it was gone. Mega Banette to Ret Cactus and Loghost. 2 point Pokemon. Despite being an OU viable Pokemon currently in Nat decks. Um, it's hard to pilot correctly, but it's very strong if you can do so. And the next pick is already in. Zeraora by Flambo and Zafton, a 16-point mon. So coming off 4-8, 4 2-point Pokemon in the previous picks, immediately followed up with a 16-point Zeraora, um, which will bring us to the end of the 5th round, and Riddledog is on the clock again.
Yeah, with these double picks, I mean, I feel like you can do a lot, in my opinion. I don't know. I feel like I would prefer having like two picks in a row than waiting like 30 hours than anything else, if I was given the opportunity.
Yeah.
If given
All
the
right,
opportunity.
so Zeraora can also notably set electric terrain on its own. So if you wanted to really make it so your Iron Moth was scary, you can have Zeraora come in, set up electric terrain, have Iron Moth try to sweep. Don't know if that's the best use of it because it's pretty good in other ways, but it's not a bad way to use it. So we have Riddle, who is back. I was just making sure. Didn't know if he was here or not. We have Thunderous Therian? No, Thunderous Eye. Whoops, wrong one. Thunderous Incarnate. And then Clodsire.
Not the Clodsire. Not the Clodsire. What the
Gerald
heck?
Gerald is back.
Oh my
Gerald
gosh.
is here.
This is a tragedy. Tragvisty even.
So that brings us on to the 6th round. Flambeau and Zafton are on the clock again. So this Riddle Dog now has his starting 6. He's got his starters. Um, Nash is upset. Clodsire was apparently sniped. Unfortunate. You hate to see it. Clodsire would have been nasty on Nash's team. Yeah, I can see that.
Should have picked up Clodsire.
Lambo is going Dragonite. 13 points. Fits well on the team.
I think I think that I think that Flambeau's team's my new favorite team. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a very, very aggressive and fast team.
Yeah, I think it's very reminiscent of like the team I like started drafting like in my first season, season two. I
Its
like it.
slowest Pokemon is Dragonite at 80 speed, and Dragonite uses Dragon Dance and Extreme Speed to boost its speed or go first. Ret Cactus and Logos are grabbing Bisharp, so their draft is basically done because they're down to 2 points. So they're just picking up two 1 point Pokemon next.
Surely the 1 point Pokemon will get playtime, right?
Yep, surely,
Surely.
surely. I'm gonna be in a similar boat here. Um, I'm grabbing Claydol. which is
Oh,
an incredibly boring pick, but one that my team desperately needs.
Toon Critter recommended that one for one of our drafts. He was like, "Oh, Cladle's the
It's
goat."
got a good move set, terrible stats, but it can rapid spin and set stealth rocks, and sometimes that's kind of what you need. It's also importantly resistant to rock and immune to ground, so its typing is what we want. Rusty Goomba is going to go Cophagrigus. We have not seen Cophagrigus picked up at all in Aurora. I think this is the first time this Pokemon's been drafted. I think it's the same thing with Claydol. I think it's the first time we've seen either of those two Pokemon get drafted. I believe the same with Dusclops. So we have some new Pokemon here. Any other new ones so far? I think Mega Manectric has not been drafted before either. So a few Pokemon are getting on team for the first time, along with Terapagos for being banned. We have Roaring Moon now from Koneko. So you have Roaring Moon plus Walking Wake. That's a scary core. Roaring Moon having photosynthesis to really take advantage of sun. I'm very high on Roaring Moon. It's a really good Pokemon.
I'm also
One of
very
the
high
best,
in
one of the
Roaring
best
Moon.
keepers in draft.
One of the
It's
goats, even.
so scary to face. And Sonic finally going to take his Mega, and he's going to go with the same Mega he had last season, I believe, in Mega Scizor. So that's the highest cost Mega off the board. One of the two remaining 17-point Pokemon. And that brings up Nash Browns again. Sonic's team also pretty aggressive. Skeletor is the only really not fast Pokemon on the team because Mega Scizor has priority and basically likes to use that only as a technician user. And Nash has said that it's time to have Spectrier stop going so late, and he's going to take it right now.
Oh my
So
gosh.
grabbing the most expensive Pokemon remaining, Spectrier is off the board, 18 points. Nash is down to 8 budget remaining. He has chewed through it, but he has a really good team. His least expensive Pokemon is a 13-point Hydreigon and a 13-point Corviknight. So got a very high quality team right now.
Hey, that's what matters. Quality over quantity is what they say in
Uh,
the big leagues.
Will finishes up. He's going to grab Cradily, 2-point Pokemon, meaning he can actually grab another 2-point Pokemon instead of going with only ones. So he's going to have probably 7 Pokemon he uses. Um, that brings up Shoreline Pie and Paracelsus, who are going to take Primarina. We have a bunch of picks here. Let me go. Okay, 86. Okay, it's Topaz who's taking Victini.
What is it, us?
That is an illegal pick. Yeah, okay. Victini is no longer being taken. That looks like a miss. Victini is all of Topaz's budget, so he cannot do that. He's doing a raw. Okay, yeah, a Rockwanid instead, which is not all of his budget. Um, that's his core. All right, so yeah, Rockwanid is a sticky web setter, so it's another good one to pair with Goldango, and Glamora.
Oh, does that mean
Make
it's our
sure that
turn? Does that mean it's our turn?
yes, now it's you're on the clock.
But wait, hang on. We gotta clarify which version. Sorry. The water one.
Okay, good, because the one you sent was the grass one.
Okay, that's fair. I didn't want the grass one. I wanted the water one. But there wasn't any good water options though. That's the issue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Ogerpon Wellspring off the board. To pair on your rain team. And then we have Scycer going right back at it. Celesteela, the other building.
Oh my God, building two.
Lambo had building on his team last season in Celesteela, and that was what he called him.
I'm calling build. I'm
It's
calling
I
Archilodon
look at
building.
Celesteela and I see a rocket ship. I don't know if other people do. Some people see a building. I see a rocket ship.
I kind of
It's
see you
got
with that
the two.
rocket
It's got
ship.
the two thrusters on the
Yep.
sides, and I think they do have like fiery things on the end of them sometimes. So now it is Dane's pick. Yes. All right, Victini goes 15-point Pokemon. So he saves his most expensive Mon for last, as he filled out his entire starting roster besides one and then grabbed Victini. So he's down to 8 points. He's got a couple points left for one or two Mons, depending on how he wants to do it. That'll bring us to the end of the sixth round and the end of everyone's starting rosters in Muffin Lumps. All right, Muffin looks like he's got his picks ready. Picking back to back. Gonna start picking up some bench Pokemon here. The 90th pick of the draft. He still needs his Mega.
I mean, you technically don't need a Mega, right?
You don't, but I mean, he's got the most budget. There's no reason he shouldn't pick up a Mega. He's gonna grab Melmetal.
Okay.
I know the Mega he wants. No one else is gonna want it. And then he's gonna grab Galarian Slowbro. So first backup Pokemon off the board, Galarian Slowbro. On to Dane. Will he grab a 7-point Pokemon and a 1, or is he gonna pick up a mix to get to 8 points? Kyurem. Well, he's got 8 budget, and Kyurem costs 16.
Budget's tough, man. It's tough in this economy.
Let's see if we can. Put put it back to Kyurem White. Yeah. Okay, Dane is getting a different pick here. No Kyurem allowed. All right, War. What? So I got
Yeah,
two
what's
points
up?
left. What do you think I'm taking? There's only about 700 options that I could choose from.
Let me scroll real quick. If I were you, I would go with. Oh my God, it's blurring together near the bottom of the list. That's crazy. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it literally runs out of space.
I think you're gonna go with out of these 700, I think you're gonna go with, and I'm kind of biased because I'm only allowed half the list. I think you're gonna go with Igglybuff or
That's a pretty good
Jigglypuff.
one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like those two a lot. Sorry, viewers who are eagerly watching. I scrolled on the screen. I hope you're alright with that. Um, I don't know.
Ludicolo,
Wait,
awesome.
hang on. What's your team named after?
My team let me update this, is named after Sejun Park, who used a Pachirisu to win the World Championships.
Oh my gosh, I have a friend that won the world championships. Wait, sorry, that's a random. That's sorry, that's a really random pull.
Okay, Skyzer's on the clock. I didn't even realize this. Skyzer actually hadn't even taken his Mega yet. But no, everyone knew what he wanted. He's grabbing Mega Beedrill. 10 points. He's got his Mega. The Holy Hive have their queen. And where that brings up your team.
Yeah, I think we know what we're doing. I was trying to shoot some options around, give some new perspectives, give some new opportunities, but you know, there's only one day that will there's only
I think
one
he
time, only
really
one
wanted
place,
to here.
only Oh bro, what? Oh dude, I hate this guy. Why'd he pick that guy first? Okay, whatever. I guess we get Aerodactyl first. Man, should have drafted the other guy first. He's cooler, in my opinion. But I guess you have to wait until like the second to last pick or something to figure out what that is.
Well, you have another 130 speed Pokemon to pair with Hakoko, so two
True.
incredibly fast mons, along with Mega Swampert and Rain. And Cinderace and Ogerpon Wellspring are pretty fast as well. So,
Yep. Going for a speed team, like when you have so much budget, might as well go for a speed team. And this was the
yep.
one. This was the one we wanted. I just wish he did it in a different order. I thought the guy that like he suggested Aerodactyl. That was his idea, like completely his idea. He also suggested the other Pokemon too, but I would like to take credit for that idea, in my opinion. You'll know when it comes up, okay? Like if I'm allowed to credit myself things, I credit myself Ogerpon, for example, right? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You picking up
that's
what I'm
fair.
putting down?
That's fair. So next we have Topaz.
Who has no Mega?
No Mega yet. 7 points. What's the Mega they want? It's
I
got to be
don't
six
know.
points or less. Mega Houndoom, Mega Sceptile, uh, Mega Camerupt, Mega Ampharos, Mega Abomasnow. Those are the ones that they could get. Hedinja. That that is a pick. All right. You where you want to go ahead and throw Shedinja's stats up on the screen? I don't know if you're doing that right now or
Oh
not,
yeah, I
but
got you. Shedinja. Shedinja. Sorry, I took a break from that because I realized I was locked out. Natdex, Shedinja. Huh. This guy seems pretty tough.
yep.
First time they've been picked?
Yes.
Oh,
They're very hard
nice.
to knock out
Okay,
with
okay,
that 1
okay.
HP. They only take damage from super effective moves with the ability. So you can't hit them with most things. For example, your Ogerpon Wellspring just loses to Shedinja.
Huh? Why? What the heck?
It does not hit it super effectively.
What? Why not? That's so mean.
Unless I don't know, you probably can hit it. Do you have like access to knockoff or something? You can hit it with that.
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
fake.
Ogerpon Heart has access to knockoff. I don't know about Ogerpon
They
Well.
all do. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So
cool.
if you're running knockoff on it, you can win. But if you're just running grass and water moves, you can't beat a Shedinja.
I see. Well, I'll
How hard
make
you try.
sure whenever I play Topaz and make a very versatile team. How about that? How about that? Nuttier. So-called nuttier.
All right, so that brings up Para's team.
Mm-hmm.
They have 29 points left.
They
That's a
could
lot.
they could literally get like I don't know. I'm just looking at the goats on this list. They could literally get like Iron Bundle and then get Dracovic. Like what the heck? If they wanted.
There's a lot of scary Pokemon on the board still. Like you have like Galarian Darmanitan, Hisuian Samurott, Mega Lopunny, Mega Medicham.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Uh,
also like I don't know if this is the right time to comment on it. I'm very surprised Urshifer's single strike did not fall to
yeah,
anybody.
no one apparently just no one wanted it. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I don't know. Like that doesn't make
It,
sense to me.
the other thing, I can't believe no one took a Alolan Ninetales.
Alola
You guys
Ninetales.
complained and complained that I kept taking this Pokemon, and then none of you took it. I can't believe it.
Hmm.
The GOAT Pokemon made it to back-to-back Grand Finals.
That's true. Well, I don't think they go very well with my team. I'm not gonna lie. I hate to
I would
be.
agree. I think you also can't afford it, so
Oh, true. Where is Alola Ninetales? Oh,
10
10.
points.
Aww. Well, time to sell Tapu Koko. Put him on the market.
I mean, you could literally grab a Alolan Ninetales plus Baxcalibur right now if you're Shoreline Pie here. They have the budget, but what will they go for?
They could grab Alola Ninetales, Excalibur, and still have like a couple points left too.
They'd
Like what
still
the
have
heck?
3 points left,
That's so
enough for one
powerful.
one Throngler.
It feels like okay, it feels like it genuinely like is only fast at like the middle of the draft, but the end of the draft is like it gets super slow. I think at
So who
least.
still needs a Mega? We still need Topaz, and Muffin still need Megas. Does anyone else still need their Megas?
I'm
No, it
helping
looks like
look.
everyone else has a Mega. So we only need 2 more Megas off the board.
You said you got leaks on who Muffin's Mega is.
Yeah, and no one's gonna want it.
Okay, cool. Just making
Topaz also
sure.
can't afford it.
Oh, true.
It's
Is that a
higher than
Rotom
5.
that just dropped? Did it
That is
just?
Rotom Mo. That is not what I was expecting to
Was
go
that a
off.
lawnmower? Somebody tell Para to get Urshifu single strike.
All right, here's Willfish's last pick that's somewhat relevant as a 2-point mon here.
Can Whalefish solo the league again with zero points? Find out next time on season 3 of Aurora Pokemon League Draft. So Nadia, how's your day been?
It's been good. Been good.
Nice. Did you know I had 3 drafts today all in a row?
No, I didn't actually. That sounds awful.
It's been fun. This is like my ideal day off, I think.
Oh, Whalefish is getting ready. He's got his pick. Bastiodon. He's taking it again. So he's saving his 2-point mon for last. He took Bastiodon last season and did get some use out of it. So
I just want
it's
to
like he
see
wants
like
to go for it again.
who I don't even know who are these Pokemon. Like sure,
It's
sturdy,
uh it's
ability,
Stack
but like
Attack Light.
oh my god, I love Stack Attacka. That's my
Yep.
goat.
So I just want to point this out. No one from last season, no one took Stack Attack or Alolan Ninetales, and Quackleval didn't get drafted the season after I used it either. People just they do not like the Pokemon that I take. They hate them.
I also
They hate
think
us because
that
they ain't us.
most people, like 60% of the league, have the ability to just draft like Chi-Yu, Garchomp, Baxcalibur, and chill
That
out, you
might have
know?
something to do with it. That
Yeah,
might have
yeah.
a little bit to do with it.
It's more of a
Uh,
situational thing.
all right, Sonic is up. He actually is gonna take Metagross. I love that pick. He doesn't. Yeah, I like that pick a lot. It's just like a bulky mon that can kind of fit in that team and take a hit and hit one back, which his team Ogerpon Zuko. I'm assuming that is the fire one.
Oh my gosh! Oh, wait, Koneko. Koneko.
So that is Cone's
Oh.
team done. They have a 1 point remaining for their last Pokemon.
And that's a
And
nice
that
fire
pick,
team, isn't it, right? Am I
yeah,
stupid?
yeah, that's a
Okay.
Sun team. That's a Sun team. Good balance too. They got 2 grass types, 2 fire types, 1 water type even. Steel Fairy Dragon Core as well with Roaring Moon.
Yep. I gotta plug a lot of these teams into the into the Pokemon thing to figure out if they're actually like cohesive or not. Sorry, don't mind that GIF, by the way. It doesn't mean anything.
That was the 100th pick of the draft. Ogerpon Hard Slime. Rusty Goomba. Oh, I love this pick. Galarian Moltres, which I don't think anyone has taken this for whatever reason. But it finally goes. I think this Pokemon is really good if you can use it well, and this is the second most expensive Pokemon Rusty has taken. Rusty
Which
and
is
Fancy,
crazy.
Great Tusk, and then nothing above 10 points, so that fills it out.
That's like great
Um,
understanding of like draft too from Rusty and Fancy. Like going for like the bit Pokemons like Diplin and Mega Gallade, and then just able to like realize, hey, nobody's getting Moltres, nobody's getting Registeel in this economy, right? We'll get them late. Why not?
so that brings up me, and the Pachirisu Park are going to take Pachirisu,
Oh my God, who would have guessed?
followed up by the Shimoning Shinx and Ret Cactus and Log Host taking Pikachu. So
Look at
back
them
to back
go.
1 point electric mouse Pokemon taken.
That's
Um,
crazy.
Zapton and Flambo, who have 13 budget remaining, if they take a 1 point electric mouse, I'll be a little worried and confused. But they could be saving a 12 point mon for last, or they could be saving. Apparently, Flambo wanted it. They wanted Pikachu. Maybe they're taking Alola Ninetales. It looks like they're taking Hitmontop,
I was about to say they have a lot of money yet left. Might as well use it.
which, funnily enough, is another Pokemon that won worlds in a weird way.
Huh?
Um, in an Uber's environment, Hitmontop was there. It provided fake out assistance and intimidate. So
Interesting.
weird Pokemon that has also won worlds.
Throwback to when
That
Pokemon
brings
won
us to
worlds.
Riddledog, who can be the first one to finish his team.
Yippee! I'm so excited for you, Riddlepog. Also, nobody technically opted for the I mean, technically people opted for the low point mons, but like I don't know. No, sorry, nobody opted for like the nine or specifically eight eight team, like team of 8 Pokemons, you know?
Yeah.
Because nobody has 0 right now, so they have to draft their last pick.
Well, this was only 7 rounds.
Oh, it is? Wait, for real?
Yeah. We're about to go into eight.
Oh, wait, I don't know how to count. Hang on, let me count.
I
One,
mean, counting is
two,
hard.
three,
Okay.
4, 5, 6, oh my God, that's crazy. So
So
that means,
Shoreline Pie and Muffin will be taking
yo,
9 for sure because they have.
I'm redacting my statement. One, two, three, four, five, six. 6 teams are doing it. Respect the grind.
All right, I got him. I got him to
Oh,
take
let's
it.
go. Surely he won't drop
Little
him
dog
when he
with
realizes
the
it
last of
doesn't.
his points takes a Alolan Ninetales. He's got screens, and honestly, screens on that team looks pretty solid.
Can you explain to me
Screens
what
are
screens
like
do?
Mega Gallade. So screens make it so you take half damage.
Okay.
Um, so normally you can set up Reflect or Light Screen,
Okay.
but if you have Aurora Veil, which can only be set up in Snow or Hail,
hmm
it's a combined Light Screen plus Reflect.
And that lasts for 5 to 8 turns?
5 turns and 8 if you're holding the item Light Clay.
I was looking at that on Magnezone last season. I don't know if Magnezone's a screen setter, TBH.
And Muffin goes, I think Muffin wanted it. Well, Muffin, you had to be quicker than that.
But doesn't Muffin still need his Mega? Well, I guess he has two
Muffin
picks
still needs
left.
a Mega.
He has 2 picks left. I can't be
He's got
commenting.
2 picks and 21 points.
Speaking of having two picks, Riddle, when are you gonna pick?
He's got a second one. He's typing it out.
Surely he's not just gonna use the.
You got 2 points left.
His worldview has changed. It has opened up. Wait, let me. I'm gonna check out some of the best 2 point mons on the screen. I hope that's alright.
Yeah, we can. I'll say which ones I think are good.
Okay, I'm scrolling down here slowly. I'm starting at the top and going
Armaldo has
slowly.
some uses.
Okay.
Carbink has some odd ones.
Carbink. Let's see.
Eldegoss I used last season as a
Yep.
rapid spin regenerator.
Oh my god, Electrode, my goat.
Electrode, yeah, it can be a pivot, nice fast pivot.
Okay.
Glaceon and Snow Teams is viable. Cloth is not viable. Don't listen to anybody who tells you otherwise. Masquerain is a good value for 2 points. Um, you've got Muck is honestly not bad. Probopass can have some uses. Pinsir is not terrible.
Pinsir.
Slaking for 2 is actually not the worst thing.
Oh, I thought it was slacking. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know. It's either.
Yo, what about War Turtle?
Uh,
Nutty Art.
mm,
Arm.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Arm.
It's better. It's probably
Arm.
better than the average 2 point mon. I don't know that I'd say it's good.
Oh, what the heck? So what you're saying is War Turtle's the reason my team last season sucked.
No, not at all.
That's what he's saying. Dude, Riddle's holding us hostage. uh, what if everybody just like sends their picks on 3 and we escape? Oh, finally.
Fracture.
Finally. We got a fracture.
2 points. Fracture off the board. All right. Pumped up Elikids have 8 points here.
Wait, that's a crazy name, by the way. I can't say I respect the grind, but I respect the grind. Oh, Flambo! Look at him go! I don't even know what that Pokemon was, but I was thinking about getting it on my team.
It's a Bronzong. That is all 8 points.
Oh my gosh. And Flambo and Zafton are out of the draft and have the best team. Wrap it up, guys.
So,
Just draft whoever you want with the last picks, doesn't matter. They won. They won my heart.
Rick Cactus and Log Host here have 1 point.
Just
What
take
will
any
they
one
take?
point Pokemon. Get me out, chat. Let me escape. Let me be free, even. Let me be free. Can we ban all the teams that don't pick, like, within, like, 20 seconds of their pick? I think that's really funny. I think it'd be really funny. Do you agree?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Nice.
And the Shinx team is taking Shinx. No surprise there.
Why'd I take a minute and a half to decide
Okay, I'm
that?
going to take the worst Pokemon you can because I'm never going to use this.
What does that do? Hang on, I'm gonna
Uh,
research.
absolutely nothing.
Cosmog. He is unaware, I see.
It has one move, Splash.
What about teleport?
Oh, it gets teleport now? Okay, so it can do 2 things.
Oh, Nutty, bring him
It
out.
can switch out and it can splash.
Give me, bring him out. Bring him out. Rusty and Fancy on the board.
Uh, Rusty Goomba is going with Special Agent Spy Ops for 1 point. One of the better 1 point mons. Can set sticky webs, and
Wait,
that's
that's
pretty
so
much it.
good. It's a spider. I expect.
Another
Oh my
Esper,
gosh!
1 point Pokemon from Koneko, Esper off the board. Sonic Ronic, who has 12 points.
Love that guy. Great pick. Sonic Chronic had an excellent pick, if I do say so myself. Going with,
Uh,
going with the goat,
Latias.
the airplane, the
I believe that
airplane.
that is a 12-point mon, so that will be using all of his points. His team's done.
And now we have what? Every team is done. Are we not gonna have a next round, chat?
I
Did we
hope
beat
so.
the next
I
round
hope not.
allegations?
Nash has 1 point remaining, and I love this pick. Going with Bidoof, who has the potential to sweep everything if you can somehow incapacitate the opponent's Pokemon and get Moody boosts off. Whalefish is going Emolga, I believe is 2 points. Yeah, so that finishes his team.
Nice. Good record here. Finishing teams out here. The meme, the dream, the team is being finished. That's what matters.
So we have Paracelsus and Shoreline Pie up. They have 21 points, so they actually have
They
some
can,
room.
yeah, they cannot go. They cannot not draft in the last. I mean, technically they can, right, if they want to, but they will have the last pick though in the draft officially, and that's big. You could do a lot of things like that, like Spectrier, if you're feeling fancy with it.
Spectre's not a bad Pokemon to get in the 7th round. There's worse things you could get, or sorry, 8th round. 8th round
Yeah, I was
Spectre.
gonna say.
Although Spectre is gone, right? It
Yeah,
went
Spectrier
to
is gone. Yeah, I'm just making a joke at Panini last season.
Panini last season. Who did Spectre go to?
Panini.
Went to Nash Browns. Went to Nash Browns this
Yeah. Oh,
season.
sorry. I thought you meant. Yeah, my bad.
You could still, I mean, Urshifu is up still. You could grab an Urshifu.
True. You could also grab an Iron Bundle if you want.
There's a lot of things.
I was trying to convince TC to draft Iron Bundle, not because it's a good Pokemon, just because I love Iron Bundle. But he said, War, last season, your team sucked. Your team was flat out bad, horrible, terrible even. So we're not gonna do that. No dear, we're cooked. Oh my god, we're not cooked. We're so back.
That is a Dunsparce. That's not what I was expecting in the slightest.
Isn't that cost
Dunsparce
like,
for 7.
oh my gosh, you have 14 points, Para. Use your points. Use the points. And now Topaz
Oh,
up.
regular Dunsparce. Sorry, not Dunsparce. Dunsparce. 4 points, leaving
No.
17.
Why? I don't
Using your
get it.
points is illegal.
This is so unoptimal. Imagine going in the start of this draft and telling somebody like, "Yo, it was possible to get Chien Pao or Shifo's single strike, and I'm trying to do the math on who like the third one would be. No, it's 100% possible to get Chien Pao or Shifu's single strike and Koreum and still have like 15 points left. That's crazy. Crazy. If I knew that, I would have built an Urshifu team. And now Topaz up, somebody who still needs their Mega. Please, please draft. Let us escape. Let us escape this world.
5 points for Topaz. So here, okay, here's what they can get: Mega Sceptile,
Mega Sceptile is decent. I've seen that
Mega
used.
Audino, Mega Camerupt, Mega Abomasnow, Mega Ampharos.
Or just Lick Lily. you know what that means? It's
Licky
hard
licky.
pick. It's a hard pick, nuttier. Ah, finally. We have
Which
done it.
means they will not have a mega. I'm liking this team a little less. 17. Oh, Whimsicott, my boy.
Whimsicott Wednesday. I know. I knew you'd love him.
Peccarunt. Pecharunt is taken. Peccarunt was also banned last season because it was kind of a last minute Pokemon, so no one took them. Um, I think. Or it might have been allowed. I don't remember. No, I think it was there. I think it just went undrafted. I think it was there and no one took it. So we have Dane. Grabbing Mr. Rhyme.
1 point, 2 points?
I think it's a 2-point Pokemon. There it is. Screen Cleaner.
What is it? Why screen cleaner? Does it just erase people's
It's
screens?
it's really a very niche scenario where Mr. Rhyme can switch in and clear screens. So it was used against me last season
Ah,
by
I
I think
see.
Koneko. To clear away my Alola Ninetales screens.
No way. You let Koneko do you
And
like
now
that?
we
That's
have
dirty.
Muffin Lumps. Then it'll be War. You guys have a point
Oh
left,
my
and then
god, I
Shoreline.
literally have my finger on the gift that I'm gonna send. Can you guess which one? I'll give you one guess. Nuttier. Who are we drafting out of the...
You got 1 point left.
Yeah.
Routes.
Yup. But focus on Muffin's team, who picks up Flapple and Mew. Thoughts on that?
Apple and Mew. Mew 16-point Mon as the ninth round pick, leaving Muffin with only 1 point remaining. I knew he wanted Flapple. Knew that was coming.
Oh, that's a really smart gift.
All right, there is routes.
And then Parada closed it out for Shoreline Pie. Oh, whoopsie.
All right, he's got 17 points.
He could do whatever he wants with that. He could
Whoa,
like,
not whatever. He can't take Urshifu Single Strike.
oh
He can take
my
any other
gosh.
Pokemon remaining. He does use all
Oh,
17. He's gonna take the
nice.
17. He's gonna grab Deoxys Speed for 17. And that does it. That's the draft. Everyone is out of points. Muffin has a point remaining. Elboza, you can't spend it.
Too bad, Muffin.
Too bad, so sad. Um, Thoughts? I think Pachirisu Park picking up Cosmog was probably the steal of the draft.
Yeah, agreed.
Flash and teleport.
I'm not gonna lie. I think any team that is pumped up Elekid's, um, elated Lilligant, and Gardevoir will win because they're the best Pokemon. That's my take.
For what their budget was, I think Koneko's team looks really good.
I
They have a lot
agree.
of threats. They've got a good type coverage. They've got a synergistic core. I think that team's gonna be really good.
I think that Rusty and Fancy also cooked, but I mean, I'd expect that from those goats.
Well, Rusty's got the Throngler, so
Yeah, that's true.
he's gonna Throngle some people.
Who else is good for their
Um,
budget?
Riddle Dog has Alolan Ninetales, which is notably the best performing Pokemon in the league on
Okay,
average. So, I think that team probably wins grand finals.
real. But yeah, I guess that's the draft.
Yeah, I think that does it. I don't have anything else. Where do you?
No, get me out, chat. Get me
Yeah,
out.
we can sign off.
Yippee.
Thanks for watching. Have a good day.
Bye bye.
Peace.